Right, man. I'll just kind of recap some of what I've been saying, because I'll be saying a lot of serious things. So I want anyone who is listening to understand clearly how I come to be saying what I'm saying. Yeah? So earlier on I explained that I had a vision. Now, I want you to understand this vision clearly, without any doubt. Like I tell you before, the vision was of two small farms of the physical body. When I say farm, that means like shadow. That means if a doctor should cut the head and look for it, he will not find it. Because what I'm talking about is non-physical. Understand, like the breath. Now the first of these individuals, if you want to call them that, is sitting in front of the eyes. He is the one looking out into the world. There's another one that sits behind him and lights him up completely. Now this is the one that no human being can hide from. This one is my master. You understand? So when you hear me saying certain things, like I am not a believer, I am a knower, it is a fact. You see what I mean? Because I am actually a scientist. I am not an outside scientist like those who examine physical matter, as it was. You know what I mean? I'm an inward scientist. So take a word like intelligence. Because we're living in a dimension where everything is in and out, you know, positive and negative. So intelligence should be looked at in two ways. You have an outintelligence, where people, excuse me, where people study how far it is from here to there, what make up this, you know, study physical things. That is outintelligence. Intelligence is when one understands the workings of the mind and spirit, what is going on internally. This is a different science. You know what I mean? To study the outside science, you need no morality about you, if you know what I mean. You don't have to be an honest person to be a scientist. You could still be a rapist or a pedophile, and yet you could learn any knowledge there is to learn. But wisdom is a different matter, because you cannot learn wisdom while you are doing bad. You understand? So where wisdom is concerned, you can have a wise man who used to be a fool, but you can never have any fool who is wise. You see what I mean? So, and to recap again about the name Rastafari, I'd like to make this clear. The one, because the name is of no significance really. There is God, Allah, Jah. The one have many names. But like I'm telling you, because this is a digital age, there's never been a name to describe the one. Like the name Rastafari. Like I explained before. I forgot to explain yesterday that the name Rastafari contains 9 letters. Another significance, it is a fullness. You know what I mean? So, when you see a soldier like me speaking, you must understand that I'm speaking from the 9th grade, or the 9th degree, if you want to call it that. No, I am not only a teacher of any human being who is living, but even if they're dead, it doesn't matter what dimension they are living in. You know what I mean? Whether you want to call them aliens, that is irrelevant. You understand? Because at the end of the day, you must understand one principle. The one is greater than the many. You understand? And I am now shining the light of the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari. Or if you want, which sometime I prefer to call Rasta this way, the secret dweller that dwell within the heart and mind and soul of all human beings. Yeah, that is my master. Now, I might as well say some controversial things on it, Marius.
We were talking about those two invisible persons.
Yeah, what do you want to know about that? Because I think I already explained what these two, if you want to call them beings, are within the head. Well, everyone is like that, male and female. When I'm speaking these words, whatever words I'm speaking, make it clear that when I'm speaking to beings. I say beings. You have to imagine, like, when the sun shines, it shines for everyone. So when the truth is spoken, it is spoken for all. One thing I would like to make clear. Men should get in touch with their female side to soften them, as it was, make them more balanced. Females should get in touch with their male side, make them less emotional and wimpy like babies, you know what I mean? This is not a time for babies, this is a time for serious. This is a time for beings who want to get serious and wake up, you know what I mean? So, just like I'm telling you now, I'm a teacher now, because I'm a teacher from the 9th grade. Imagine that all the great beings who lived before, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and all other great beings, all the prophets of God, whoever there was, arrive on the earth in this time. When I am speaking, they will listen. Likewise, if they were speaking, I would listen. But anytime they finish, I have something to say. You see what I mean? Because I'm a very dangerous soldier. You'll notice that I say one thing on this video. You know, these teachers that teach in the past, they maybe they're teaching in mystery, say, my Father is in heaven or wherever, you know what I mean? But because I'm a bad boy soldier, I don't teach nothing like that. I just tell man directly that the Father is in you. Straight up, without any doubt, because I'm 1 billion trillion % certain. I only deal with certainties. You see what I mean? I'm a scientist of the inner. You see what I mean? So just like how the outer scientists only deal with facts and reality, so the serious soldier of God only deal with facts and realities. And because I know God personally as well, like I say, imagine if you have a friend and you want to borrow your friend car, you know what I mean, you were short of a bit of money. If your friend was a truthful friend, no problem. So because God is my friend, wisdom is no problem. In fact, I have no, what do they call it, IQ. If a man tests me for IQ, like I tell you before, I'm a very thick man, I'm dense. But what I've got is IS, insights. See what I mean? Different thing from IQ. Anyone can have IQ. To have IS, you have to have self-discipline. You know what I mean? You have to love the truth with all your heart and your mind and your soul and your aura. You see what I mean? You have to be as innocent as a baby. You know what I mean? Because some people are looking to go to heaven. I'm not looking to go to heaven. I don't desire nothing in God's creation, either on earth or in heaven. I'm just a lover of truth. I'm a lunatical truth soldier. And we don't love the truth for any reason. We just love it like when we hear reggae music. Because Rasta have a great affinity with reggae music. Yeah, reggae music is like the vehicle. Yeah, I'd like to talk about reggae music for a bit, yeah. Cause before reggae music, well, like I say, I was born in 57. So I catch an early part of what we had in Jamaica called ska and rocksteady. You know, those kind of music was more for dancing. You know, people enjoy themselves. And yeah, people should enjoy themselves. But when reggae come along now, it provided a vehicle for Rasta to put some serious message, what we would call roots music. You know what I mean? That was how I finally get the call to come back to Rasta through the music. You know what I mean? You have some serious roots music that come out between 75 and 80. Wicked. You know? So reggae music is a great inspiration, especially to a soldier like me living in England. I couldn't live in England without reggae music. Reggae music to me is like I'm a soldier on the front line fighting a war, and the music is the bullet that I use to fire. You say, burn down Babylon. That's another conception I would like to speak on. Burn down the burning of Babylon. When people hear Rasta say, oh, burn down Babylon, they are probably thinking that the Rasta is saying that people should go and burn down some buildings, you know? Because many people get the wrong idea and they think that, oh, England is Babylon, America is Babylon. Yeah, well, these places represent a form of negativity for real. But it is not the place itself that is Babylon or the building itself. You understand? It is the concept of the mind, of the beings. So, when you hear a Rastaman, so I don't know about an ex-Rastaman, but when I say I'm going to burn down Babylon, that means I'm burning down not the Babylon in the next man's mind, but my own Babylon, because I realize that, you know, I'm a part of Babylon then. So I have to burn out these Babylonian conception from out of my mind. You know what I mean? And these Babylonian conception now, when you know a bit of your own history, you can understand how they come into your mind, you know what I mean? So for me to cleanse my mind, then I had to grasp hold of the fact that my ancestors never come from Jamaica. They was brought to Jamaica. You know? Now when they was brought to Jamaica, now it's not hard for the mind to make all kind of calculations from these matter. You know what I mean? I have a lucid mind. I don't need history expert to explain certain things to me. I just use my own mind and work them out. So I just figured to myself, so good. When they was in Africa, they must have had a different language, different whatever. Because by the time I was born, we was speaking Patois, but it's really English. It's not an African language, is it? You know what I mean? And so these people, they must have had their whatever history, whatever it was taken away, and then it was replaced by whatever these people want them to learn. And that's what, when I was born, they learned me these things. You see what I mean? So now I am full up with all these things that is not necessary of an African mind, you know what I mean? Now I also have to consider the thing when I'm out here in the West looking back at Africa. Because now what I see in Africa is you have predominantly Muslims and Christians. But in my own way of looking at things, Muslim and Christian ideas are not from Africa. You know what I mean? And if they was originally from Africa, they've copied it and now bring back the wrong bits to them, the negative bit. You know what I mean? So I had to free myself totally then from any mentality that was put in me and try and develop what I would call a gorilla mind. You know what I mean? A gorilla mind. The mind of a gorilla, African gorilla. So now I am the gorilla man because I've developed a gorilla mind. A gorilla mind thinking now is like this. There is a creative energy. Call it what you want. God, the light, Rastafari, whatever please your own nature, call it what you want. But He created us all. Now, why is it that as an African, this creative energy seems to be sending other people to teach me? Why not give me my own teaching and my own understanding? You know what I mean? No, but because I know the one now myself, the one that show me, of course you have your own intel. You know, listen to these idiotic people. You don't believe these idiotic scientists. Because there's only one way that you can know things. You can sit and meditate as long as you want. In the forest. Climb up the mountain. Go to Mecca and walk around Mecca. Go in the Ganges and jump in the Ganges. Go to Lourdes in France. Any pilgrimage place in Portugal. Do all those things. But the only thing that is going to work is when you are honest. Understand? When you live honestly and truthfully. And when you live with a desire for what is right and correct. That's the only thing that works. You know what I mean? A lot of people are praying to God, but God is deaf, you know. Sometimes God don't listen to some foolish. Because the only thing that really matters is action. You see? If I give you a seed, it's no use you looking at the seed and talking about, oh, how good this seed is, and if you plant the seed, this will happen. And that ain't going to work. You have to go and get the ground ready and then put the seed in, and then God will make it grow. But God ain't going to do nothing unless you participate. Because like I tell you before, God never created you as a robot. God gives you intelligence for you to use. That's why we have the freedom to choose. So if you want the assistance of God, you have to do things to get it. You know, He's not going to give you. You know what I mean? And the idea, human beings are so ridiculous and foolish anyway. The idea that God sent His Son here. You know what I mean? You really make God, those people are trying to make God look foolish. No wonder some people don't know God. Because this is the idea of the believers. They are the one who believe this nonsense about God sending His Son here. You know what I mean? Everyone who come here to know the Son, if that was the case. This is where you come to know God. God don't send you here because God is everywhere. So when you come here, before I was born, God was here. Yeah? Dwelling in all man. If men never know this, maybe they never search for God. You want to say something, Marius?
Why God couldn't send His Son on the earth?
Well,
why He didn't do it?
Because everything, well, human beings won't understand this, but the whole universe is based on laws. And even God have to obey the laws, because it's God who set the law. You know, you setting a law and then breaking the law. You know, that's not a good example to set the law. So under the law of human life, we are given the freedom to choose and decide for ourselves. Hence the fact that God cannot interfere with our choice by sending His Son, as they would claim. You know what I mean? No son was sent. You know what I mean? Because you see, the truth, or what is right and correct. Imagine it was a road. Well, when God first laid this road, it was perfect in all its perfection. There's no need to relate. There's no need to make amendment to it. It is not like the law of men where every minute you have to make an amendment to the law. You know what I mean? Because that is not true law. That is anarchy. Human law is anarchy. Get this right. Human law, what you call international law and all that bullshit, is anarchy against the law of God. And all you lawmakers, all you who set up this idiotic law, you're going to pay for that law, you know, because the law of God is different, because your law can be broken and get away with it. And even some of you who set the law up are above the law. You pay liars to come and lie for you, and liars are what I call liars. They're really liars. You pay them to come and distort the truth and you get away with it. But you ain't going to get away by breaking the law of Jah. You idiot. That's why I tell you that God put the black box, which is memory, in you. I don't care which secret society you want to be in. You see me? You could be in a Quillian secret society. You could be in touch with the dead. You know, I'm telling you, you could be in touch with any side, dark side, far side, who cares? There's no way of defeating God's law. You see me? The one run things. All you are doing is hurting your own self. You see, like, you ever see, I've seen this happen where a man, maybe him drink some drink and just start nutting a wall. Nutting a wall, which is idiotic behavior. That's all these beings are doing who think that they are smart. Fighting against the law of God and doing negative things. Because like I tell you, you ain't going to die, you know. No. A lot of beings who has lived on this earth and passed through are wishing now that they could die. A lot of you who are living now, who are even hearing these words, there's going to be a time when you're going to wish that you could die. You understand? But guess what? You ain't going to die. Because for every misdeed that you have done in your life upon this planet Earth, for every injustice that you have done against your fellow human being, yeah, all of that, guess where it is? On the black box. The black box of memory. Because I'm telling you, the terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, that watch it all from within. Whether you want to claim that you is a pope or you is whoever you are, you understand? Because you know one thing, the soldier of God, a true soldier of God never have to read anything, you know. Because if I know you, as an example, I wouldn't have to believe you or believe in you. I just know you. I could make some good description about you because I know you, innit? So, but these people don't know God or know the laws of God, so they have to be reading about it all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, you know. I need the human being to understand this. Because I says that I know God, that does not mean that I know God in God's entirety and completeness. You understand? Because the terrible one is too dreadful for anyone to comprehend. That would be like a man saying, yeah, I understand the depths of the universe. How could anyone being understand the depths of the universe? So, I don't know God really. You know what I mean? That one is too dreadful and terrible for any being to know whatsoever. So, but at the same time, I do know a little bit about the one. You know what I mean? But that is not to say that I know the one. But I can always borrow some wisdom and some lyrics, you know what I mean, to spit. And the amount of lyrics that I can get from God, trust me, no man or woman who come out of a woman can ever out-reason a soldier like me. Why? Because how are you going to out-reason yourself? You can't, because I'm going to be reflecting the one, the terrible and dreadful one. The one now. Alright, I'm going to give you an example. I was thinking about this. Imagine that the one have many names. You have Rastafari, you have Jah, you have Allah, you have the light, the way, you have I am, blah blah blah. Now, imagine if I should say Rastafari is the light and the way. Or I should say God is the light and the way. Yeah. That would be clear to everybody, say God is the light and the way. But what if I should say I am the light and the way? No one get to the truth unless they come through I. Now, that statement has been mistaken by so many Christians because Jesus uttered that word. And they do not understand that I am is another name for God. Or Rastafari. So Jesus was literally saying that I am, which is the I am that dwell within all human beings, is the way and the light. And no one get to the Father unless they get through the eye. Or no one understand the eye. But because he speak the word, the people are those who was foolish and was listening. They thought he was talking about himself.
Why people understand that this way? Why everybody doesn't understand that?
Yeah, because they thought Jesus was talking personally instead of impersonally. Because the I is not personal.
Talk about the negative and positive in Bible and in everything, because that's the reason why some people take it this way and some people understand it completely different way.
Yeah, because like I tell you, when wisdom is spoken, the only person who can understand it as wisdom are those who are pursuing wisdom. To anyone else, it's knowledge. You understand? So if Jesus had spoken those words to somebody who know themselves, they would know what he was talking about. And that he wasn't talking about, me, Jesus is the light and the way. Because the light and the way was before Jesus was born. You know, a simple matter that, man. You know, we was African people been living thousands of years before Jesus born, you know. Build up all heap a big pyramid and thing. Jesus wasn't around. Where did they get the light from? If he was the light and the way. No human being that come out of woman can be the light and the way. What are you talking about, man?
So many people misunderstand that.
Yeah, well, millions of people misunderstand that. People like to, but the reason why they misunderstand it is because they was not honest in themselves. And the reason why they continue to misunderstand it even up to these days is because they are still not honest in themselves. Because if you are not honest in yourself, you cannot know the truth. It's as simple as that. It's a law within the universe. Only those who are pure and clean can rally around what Rasta would say, the red, gold and green. I mean, your heart have to be pure and your intention. And you human beings need to check a thing that they call intention and desire. You see what I mean? You need to find out what is your intention on this earth and what is your desire. That's what we need to examine and ask a soul. Because it's good to find that people's desires, maybe they want to get rich, maybe they love diamond, maybe they love gold, maybe they love loads of women, maybe they love parties, drinking, who knows what your desire is. So it is you who have to check your desires, because maybe it is your desires that is impeding your vision of God.
And correct them.
Yeah. So if you find out that your desires and your intention are for things of what we would call earth, things that you have to leave behind. Because trust me, doesn't matter how rich you get, you could be the man. Well, plenty man find this out already. Alright, we'll start up a thing. My friend just want me to just generalize about what I feel is happening at this time on earth, you know. So basically what I think is happening this time on earth is this, that if you build a house and you do not build the house on firm foundation, when the storm come, surely will blow it down. Now, a house has been constructed on the planet Earth. Now, imagine that all us human beings are what make up a house. So let's go by just the simple fact of color. Remember, it's not a color thing, but we'll just go by that anyway. So let's say the white man was supposed to be the roof. And let's say the Asian man supposed to be the wall. Yeah? The China man supposed to be the window. And the black man is supposed to be the foundation. You know what I mean? But anyway, they went ahead and built this house without him. The foundation. So we're coming at a period in history where there's a storm coming, which will surely blow the house down, because this house has been constructed without its proper foundation. You know what I mean? So a new house will be constructed, a house of oneness. Yeah. Alright, put it this way now. It's very hard for me to educate what we would call black people. I tell a black man that, listen, brethren, you are not a black man. You've just been educated to think that you are a black man. Just like how the white man was educated to think that he's a white man. This is what we call divide and rule. Understand? You can find these things out from the great master himself, the devil. He's the one that will teach you all these things about, because he knows how to operate these things. You see me? So he was the one that tell me this one here, that listen, man. The first, if you want to divide and rule people and confuse them, is to divide them. So I devised a plan and separate the human, convince them that there was the color, the physical, and they soon swallow it, because you know human are dumb and greedy and selfish. They fall for any little tricks. You know what I mean? So it was an easy thing to tell them that there was white and black, and even up to this day they believe it strongly. They even have great scientists going to university studying, claiming that they are, I don't know, ethnic. You know, but I don't even know what them call. But they go there and study anyway, and they're trying to explain this matter and the difference between the races and the, you know what I mean? When if, like I tell you, if they just look, they will see that all humans are full of shit. It would have just settle the matter there and then. You know what I mean? But anyway, to divide up the people, they devise these plans and what they call race and, you know what I mean? You are black, you are white. But there is no black and white person on the planet. As I can tell you, the spirit have no color. So these kind of understanding will be coming fully back into the human psyche, you know what I mean? There will be no more borders on the earth like England and all those places. Man, because the earth is only a little small planet in the universe, you know what I mean? How can you have 30,000 government running one little planet? That's just mad. You know, so you see the souls of humans are sick. When I say sick, they due to misunderstanding then. Because when you are in the dark, because I was once in the dark myself, you do things that you don't fully understand. So let's just say there's a few beings doing things that they don't understand. Really. Are messing with powers that they don't understand. Because trust me, you can't defeat the one. Because the one is not a fighter. The one ain't going to fight anybody. Well, it's just impossible for you to get around anywhere. All you are doing, because life is eternal, you can't die. That's how the one create you. You will suffer forever if that's what you want. You want evil? Any human who loves evil, just carry on doing it. And you will reap enough. You're going to reap enough of it. Yeah. That's your desire. Desire to hurt people and to kill and to do all these kind of things where you shall pay whatever the price is for that, which I don't know, you know what I mean, because there's one principle I follow. In Jamaica we used to say you should mind your own business, and that's one thing I learned from a child. Mind your own business. Don't interfere in people's business. So I never interfere in God's business. I just mind my own business. So therefore, I don't bother ask God, oh, well, when did you create this? How did it start? I don't want to know that. All I want to know is when I come in this room and I went like that, the light switch come on, the light come on, I was able to see and do what I'm doing. I don't spend no time investigate who set the light up and why. You see me? There's a lot of people spending the time trying to find out how it started, the Big Bang Theory, and who was the first man and woman on the planet Earth. But me, because I'm so simple and stupid, I don't want to know nothing like that. I don't want to know. All I want to know is chiefly what I have to do or how I have to live, or how I can polish and make myself a better person in the sight of conscience then. Trying to model myself on conscience and, doing, that's all I want to know. I don't want to know about Jesus was born of a virgin birth and all them thing there, you know what I mean? Because this is 2012. I was born in 57. That's too long ago. So I'm a soldier that mind my own business. And I'm also one-dimensional. When I say that I am one-dimensional, that means I am like that, going like an arrow. I ignore anything to the side or above, because I'm just focused one direct way, see what I mean? So that means I'm not interested in heaven, the glories of heaven or the glories of earth. That one dimension is just focus on what is right and what is correct. You know what I mean? And pay no attention to anyone outside or any being but the one that dwell within I. When I say any being, I mean any being. Because like I tell you before, I'm a soldier that I do not bow down to any man, and I do not look up to anyone. All human beings have to look at man directly in the eye as an equal human being. That means any man. We don't care if the man was Adam, Moses, Joe, any man you got to me, any man is man in it, a woman for that matter. So, anyway, to think this way, you have to be a half lunatic soldier, which I am. People already say you're mad, so you might as well accept yourself as a madman. So I am a mad God soldier. That's what I mean. So that's why I tell people when I'm speaking, even if the angel come, they have to clip their wings, stand to attention, because when we are dangerous soldiers, you understand, we don't take orders from anyone but the one himself. You see me? So if imagine that in God's universe you have angels, you have all kind of great hierarchy of people. When they see a soldier like me, they just step aside. You see me? Because I don't deal with anyone at all but the Father himself directly as a bad boy soldier. You know what I mean? Do not take command or follow beings. You know what I mean? Now this is what I'm here to teach other human beings, that they too can log on. That's a word that we can use in this time. Log on to the supercomputer who is Rastafari, that dwell within all human beings. Now obviously you don't have to call him Rastafari, you know. Say Allah, say God, say the light, say the way, say the truth. Call the one anything you want. You know, the name is not a problem. This is about action. You see? Are you willing to live honestly and truthfully without any, just for the love of doing that? You know what I mean? Without looking for reward to go to heaven. You know what I mean? Because some people do things but they are just doing it because they are looking for a reward. You know what I mean? Some people, they are speaking because they go to a great university and learn, and them have a great studying of the Bible or the Quran. So they come and quote these words. But they are not speaking from the heart. I speaking directly from the head. Because they never grow any lyrics. You see my words that I speak, You see, when a farmer go in his fields and he plow the ground and he labors and he sweat and he sow his seeds, that's how he get his crops. And these words that I'm speaking, I get my words just like that. Like a farmer, I sow good action and live by them, irrespective of what any human want to do. Even if they rob me, which they do, because people take advantage because they think that you are soft, because you don't want to do the things that they are doing. Well, that is where my femininity helped me then in it. I'm soft. I'm hard as well, because if I have to, no, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, but I'm hard enough anyway. I'm hard enough to fire the bullets that I'm going to fire, because I'm a killer. You understand? When I say I'm a killer, because we fight in a war. The outside, they fight with bullets and guns, you know what I mean? Because they use force. But my bullets are the words that I speak, that cometh from my mouth. And one thing with me, I never fire a bullet that miss. Trust me. I might joke about and don't look see it, but I will shot a man even if him hiding behind a wall. I like these outside man, they have bunker buster. I will drop a bunker buster and bust out a boy anywhere him hiding with lyrics. You see me? No human, like I tell you, who come out a woman can stand against I and I when it come to spitting the lyrics of the terrible and dreadful God Rastafari himself. You understand? When I have to sit about and wait like I say for Jesus or whatever, or like some Rastaman are saying, read a chapter a day, that is not to say one shouldn't read them Bible, or your Quran. But Rasta is just letting you know that all holy books are just positive and negative, and to read them anyway you have to have a light. You know what I mean?
To understand.
To understand. Otherwise you won't be able to understand. It's just like say, Rasta is a very hard concept to understand as well. Because lots of people who think that they are Rastas are not actually Rasta. They would more or less, they should call themselves Christian Rastas. You see? For example, those who are following His Majesty. I'm not speaking against Selassie, but His Majesty was an Ethiopian Orthodox, which is a form of Christianity. So those who are following His Majesty should be Ethiopian Orthodox. Because Selassie is not a Rasta. Rasta is a different thing, you see me? It's nothing to do with Christianity. You know what I mean? But like I tell you, the book is positive and negative, so because I was brought up in that environment, from time to time I might quote something from it to clarify what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But the concept of Rastas got nothing to do with Christianity. You see what I mean? Rasta is the I himself that dwell within man. That's why when I tell a man, look at the name Rastafari, it got 9 letters in it. 9 is a fullness number, and at the end of it come Rastafari. That is the one that stands for the one universe, one planet Earth, and the planet Earth, one race of people living, human beings, even though you don't know this, And within those human beings, I am the one spirit that watch them all. Now I have been watching human beings from the command, wherever that human being first come on the planet, I don't know. But I know that the one was in them. Because the one is like the sunlight. The only way the one wasn't in them, unless the sun wasn't shining. And when the first human being come on this planet, I am certain that the sun was shining. And if the sun was shining, so was the one. The secret dweller. It's the real master I'm talking about, you know. Because when we're talking here, you know, we're not talking like, this is not a believer talk. This is what we call a knowing talk, a surety talk. This is a talk when, this is a time now where we should have, you know, like how they have Britain Got Talent. It shouldn't be Britain Got Talent. This is a time where they should say we have wise talent. So we bring out all them men from the church, all the Pope and all these men, and we have them in a public place where they come and reason with Noahs, so that the people could see clearly that these men don't know nothing. Because well, I would love to destroy them myself with words, you know, and show the human beings how weak they are, and that they are those little weak men who then what I would call have to walk with crutches by holding on to Bible or whatever. They are like fishes who are afraid to swim in the deep. You know what I mean? That is what a believer is. If I was a human being, I would really look in myself. And if I was a believer, in this time, I would run out of the house of belief. Yeah, because that is not a place for a human to be. You know what I mean? God never created you just to sit down in the house and believe. God created you to know and understand and develop yourself and grow and expand. The great beings that we all are. You know, not to sit down like some wimp, believe in some stupid story. You know, like when we was growing up, they tell us about Santa Claus and Santa bring the present. That's alright when you're growing up. Children love stories, nothing wrong with that. But when you grow up, you should put foolish story aside. Something like all the virgin birth and all these little nonsense story. When we was young, fair enough, you know what I mean? But as soon as you reach adulthood now, you are supposed to put those things aside and get down to the serious living of growing and polishing your character, working, and these are the things that they should be teaching people, but these are the things that they are hiding. You know what I mean? If you was a genuine man of God, why would you have to dress up in all these robes and put on funny hat on your head? Why don't you go and buy a hat like mine? And a jacket, yeah? And speak the word of God to people. Why you believe if you look like this without any teeth, you cannot speak the word of God? And that you have to dress up and burn candles and go down and bow a certain way and do certain things? And that's the only way you're going to speak the word of God. And even after you perform all these actions that I see you performing, you still only can read Quran or Bible or Bhagavad Gita, you know, I Ching or these other books and quote them. You still, as if you are an empty barrel, or I'll call you an empty barrel, because nothing is coming out of your own being. You understand? Just what somebody else say. When God himself create you as a creative energy with your own mind and your own faculties, you understand? And you're letting somebody else think for you, telling you what to do. I like a new phrase that they have lately, sheeples. Yeah, that's what people are, sheep. Like sheeps, you know what I mean? But this is not a time to be sheep. This is a time to realize that, listen, you're not a sheep, you're a shepherd. And God wanted you to, you know?
Why it is the time to do it now?
Well, I feel it's the time because it looks as if we're coming into a change. A serious change, you know. A time is going to come like no other time that has ever come on earth. You understand? So, it is just like I hear, one of them, your president man, Mr. Bush, he says, you either with us or you're against us. This was after the Twin Tower business, you know. So it's the same thing now. What people of the truth are saying, you're either with us or you're against us. Choose your side. Final confrontation. Understand? What we would call war in a Babylon. In other words, I feel, I'm not going to say yes, it's going to happen tomorrow because I don't know. I'm not Jah. I just say I feel that they're going to be a cleansing of the earth.
Or it's gonna be something more than only economic collapse.
Everything needs. The earth right now represents a plate that is dirty, a plate that is eaten out of and is now dirty. Now we're not going to just wash here, because that would make no sense, not logical. The whole idea is to wash the plate clean. So the whole idea now is to clean earth. See what I mean? Destroy all the power structure and whatever, wash it out, move it away, a new dawning. So just like they say, because everything is like heads and tails. So when you hear them saying a new world order, it's true. Because, yeah, they might be planning one, but they are not the only one planning one, you know. The positive is on the opposite side. And he too have the intention of a new world order out of disorder. You know, so there will be a new world order. You know what I mean? We are the seeds, are the forward soldiers of God who have come to implement this in this time. You know what I mean? To educate the mind of those who are in the dark, release them from out of darkness. You see what I mean?
So it doesn't have to be new political order and economical order.
No. There is going to be no new political order. All those things are part of the order. No financial fix-up, because there shouldn't be any money system on the planet anyway. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to buy nothing here. God provide everything already. You know, so we just need cooperation with each other to get the things that we need to live. Nothing needs to be bought. So the concept of money must have been thought of by a deluded mind, or some mind who is suffering from greed, selfishness. Because we do have people like that, you know. They suffer from a mind sickness. Loads of beings down the century seems to catch this disease, like how one catch a cold. So you have a sickness of mind. Lots of people have this sickness within themselves. They catch this disease. Some of the diseases are called greed, you know what I mean, lustfulness, spite, you know, prejudice. All these kind of disease, which is not good for the mind, and keep it in imprisonment. Or another terminology like I use, keep you in your egg. So you have a lot of people now, eggs got a potential to hatch, but they never hatch. They are still in their egg because of their behavior. Because the law is merciless. There is no way around the law. When I say the law, the true law, there is no way of bending it, like how you can bend this idiotic law that men set up against the law of God. You know what I mean? Which is in what they call it there when you do that. Anarchy. That's their word for it. They're always telling people that, oh, he's an anarchist. No, it's them who is the anarchist against the law of God. You don't understand. Those men who sit in judgment of other man here with their unjust law. I like to tell them that I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? Because you think that because you have the upper hand now to judge and bully me and, you know, beat me up like this, because you are the law, you're going to get away. You ain't getting away with nothing. All you're doing is tying yourself more up into darkness within this universe. You know what I mean? So if you want to come here and lose your soul, you know, problem, many are doing it, so you can join them. But it's never too late for you to change. And this is why the cry is going out now in this time for human beings to change. So I'm not telling any human being, I'm not selling you anything. First of all, listen to this now. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm not telling you to join or become a Rasta. You know what I mean? Or to join any religious organization. I'm simply saying, be truthful and honest to your own self. Sit down. Or when you're walking on the street, if you don't want to sit down, stand up, do it anywhere you want. But just examine your own character as a person and see if you are being honest. or if you are dishonest. If you find out that you is a little devil or a dishonest person, when I say devil, I mean a dishonest person, you know, up to all kind of, try and change those ways and see what happens. You know, because if you change your ways, like I tell you, and live the correct way, trust me, even if a man should offer you the world and all the diamond and all the money that, not only money that exists now, but all the money that was printed before you come into life, they give you the whole of it. If they offer you that for the understanding that you gain when you know yourself, you wouldn't accept. You see me? Why would you want to accept paper? Is paper better than wisdom? Diamond. Plus, when you go in, can you take diamond with you? You certainly will be taking wisdom, because that is stored in the unseen. Like I tell you, if a man cut you and look for memory, you can't find. It's not a visible thing. So anything that is invisible will be going. Your body is visible, that will be staying here. Understand? So instead of saving money in banks and put it in property, you'd be better off saving wisdom in your memory, which is a proper bank. Otherwise, well, this is speculation. We can do a speculation. When you get to the other side, you won't be able to afford certain things, because you'll be poor in it. So you're enjoying the luxuries here on earth. And trust me, this is nothing. What we have here is nothing to what compare on the other side, what you call luxury. And those who love it so much, killing each other here, they are going to see it there, but they won't be able to touch it. So that's when they're going to want to die. They won't be able to die. Poor thing. But even in darkness, there the light is always there when you clear away the fog. The fogginess or the mist. Because God never leaves the soul. So wherever the soul is, even in the dark recesses, whenever time it is willing to listen to reason, it will come back. God, you will have until eternity to learn this lesson. But you will have to come back and start right where you should have started here on earth. At the beginning. Cleaning up your character. Living honestly.
The fact that it's eternity for it, it doesn't mean that everybody can put it for later.
No, well, as far as I'm concerned, if a man was wise, or if he developed some, he would like to do as much as he can here. Why leave it till later? But like we can see in life, not everyone pay attention to it here, so maybe they'll have to sort themselves out later. I don't know how it works. You know what I mean? I would just decide that for myself, that I would rather do the work now. So that means, because I'm doing the work now, I have to ignore a lot of what people would call when they are enjoying themselves, when they are partying, when they're chasing women, and you know what I mean, having fun. Cause I have decided not to have as much fun.
Or destroying the economy of this world.
Yeah, I have decided not to have as much fun, but I still get fun within myself. You know what I mean? Because I am not a depressive. You know what I mean? I'm very, very happy within myself, but I'm not out partying and all those kind of things. You know what I mean? Because I have come here not to party or do anything like that, but to speak God's word directly. You know what I mean? So because I'm a soldier, I do not party when war is on. You know? Imagine a soldier man firing bullets all around you and you're dancing and partying. There is a time for war and there's a time for party. Now is the time for war. Now is the time to kill people with lyrics, with the truth. You know what I mean? Now is the time to challenge, to say, if any one of you, human beings who is on the planet, should ever hear these words that I'm speaking, and you feel in yourself that because you are a scientist or whatever, you can come and contradict this word, you are quite welcome. You're quite welcome to a war of words. I would say, lay down an open challenge to any human being. 2 minutes left. Right, Marius is saying we got 2 minutes left. We're saying we lay down a challenge to any human beings. You don't have to even come and reason with me first. Try test it to see if you can defeat your own conscience. You know? See if you can do something and hide it from yourself. Any human that can do that will be able to out-reason me. But if you cannot do something and hide it from yourself, then you have no chance. I will sure to kill you. Why? Kill you? Why do I say kill you? I don't mean kill you as in kill. I mean with words. Powerful words that will explode your head and your mind and everything, because it is right and correct and truthful. It is the words of innocency, the words of, like they say in the Christian Bible, they say Jesus said this one, unless you become like a child, you cannot enter into the kingdom. Don't know. Rastafari. Leave it.